Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Yeah, you can see, got some dark clouds moving in through here, but over here we still have blue. Again, the batteries are at 100% right now, so that's a good thing. So I'm not sure if we're going to have that rain coming in or not. They're calling for it, so that's going to be kind of what we're going to be watching out for. But anyway, that's all part of the game, right? Got to deal with the weather. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is keeping things as normal as possible after an S.H.T.F event. So what do I mean by that, right? Keeping things as normal as possible. So what I want you guys to kind of assess for yourselves, right, is look at your situation, look at where you are. What's your game? First of all, you always got to have a game plan. Always got to have that game plan. So, what do you want to have when, like, if your power went out, power grid goes down, and it's not coming back on? What are your wants and needs? So there's a big difference between wants and needs. All right, certain things you need to have. Okay, other things are wants. You know, this is what I want to have. Now, for me, I've always been of the mind I want to keep things as normal as possible, which means when I walk into my camper, I want to be able to flip the switch and the power comes on. So having my own off-grid solar system has been a very important thing for me because I like having power. I like being able to do whatever I want to do. So, you know, as far as that part goes. So being able to have a power source, to be able to have lights, to charge up devices, you know, because most likely your phone, if it's a true S.H.T.F situation, your phone's not working. You're not getting on the internet. But if you have things on your laptop, right, that you've downloaded, books, movies, whatever the case may be, you know, you're going to have that information, or even if it's prepping information, you're going to have that information available to you on that laptop as long as you can continue to charge up that laptop, right? So power's a big one. Being able to keep that form of normalcy as long as I possibly can, that's really important to me. Second thing would be, and I just did a video on the shower room, being able to take a hot shower at the end of the day. And I'm going to give you a great example of this. When I built my first off-grid place, we built a 12 by 24 building, and then I built an 8 by 8 shower room. Set up a rain catchment system on the back because we were way up in the hills, you know, and it was like 1.2 miles driving into that property, and I had 10 acres up there. And so being able to, you know, because when we first got up there, you'd be sweating and it's nasty and you just feel like crap. Once we had it was a hot water on demand shower unit. We had the 12 30-gallon rain barrels in the back, and you know, a 12-volt RV pump to pump the water, hot water on demand unit with a propane tank. Being able to take that hot shower at the end of the day, you have no idea how much you appreciate that until you don't have that available to you. And so that's kind of how it was there. It was just like, oh my God, this is awesome. Now we can have power or take a shower. So that's a thing, keeping things normal as possible. You know, obviously, again, there's not going to be any power. There's not going to be any internet, you know, and stuff like that. So if you have a backup power source like your own solar system, even on a smaller scale, that's going to give you some power to charge up devices, like I said, to be able to give you lights so that you can see instead of sitting in the dark, you know, those type of things. You know, it's just psychologically, it's a huge morale boost, and that's what a shower is. Shower's a huge morale boost, you know. So keeping things normal as you possibly can, routine, right? You're going to still get up every day. even though it's S.H.T.F, you're going to want to be able to brush your teeth. You're going to want to be able to wash up before you start your day. Having clean clothes is going to be another one, folks, and people don't think about that a lot, you know, but what are you going to do? First of all, how are you going to wash your clothes? What are you going to do? You got a clothesline? Do you have clothespins? You know, are you able to do your own laundry that way? And so, again, that's another aspect of it. Instead of wearing the same grimy, crappy clothes all the time, which people will have to do because they're not going to have a choice, right? They're going to be carrying on them what they can, and that's it. So, you know, again, psychologically, come on, Tanky, down here, buddy. Come on. Tank. Come on, Tanky. What are you doing? Come here. Come on, baby. Good boy. Good boy. He heard something. What a good boy. Good boy. But again, it's small things. Brushing your teeth, cleaning up, washing your face with soap, you know, being able to take a shower, being able to have clean clothes, being able to have a power source that you're going to be able to, you know, do things. Charging up batteries for your tools, right? That's going to be another huge one, because as soon as you don't have that anymore, now you're doing everything by hand, and it's going to be a lot more difficult. So again, trying to keep things as normal as you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. That's a big one. Being able to cook a meal, right? We have the wood stove in the pavilion. I can use that oven anytime I want to for having a meal. So again, those are aspects of it that are really, really important to me, because like I said, again, you know, yes, would we be leaving? No. You know, are we running out to McDonald's or Taco Bell or any of that stuff? No more trips to the store, you know. But if you can keep your regular stuff that you do every day, still be able to do that, that's big. Again, you guys don't, a lot of you don't understand because you haven't gone through it. I have, okay? At my old place up in New York, we did not have running water for a year and a half, all right? Year and a half, no running water. So when we finally were able to get that in, and to get the shower hooked up, and I'll never forget that first time taking a shower after we had, you know, a year and a half of, you know, heating water up in the microwave, and you know, then going into the shower stall and washing up, you know, with you know, your couple gallons of water. You know, it worked. And you got done, you got clean, but being able to just walk in, turn that on, walk into the shower, and take a nice hot shower, it was just such a boost with everything. And it's like even here, you know, I've been, you know, since I've been down here, we have been, well, I've been washing up either outside in the summertime on my little platform over there, or I'm doing it other ways, you know, inside if it's cold out and I heat water up, and, you know, and I do it that way. So it's just, you know, to be able to get to the point again, to be able to go, okay, I'm just going to walk over into the shower room and take a nice shower. It'll be nice. It'll, you know, it doesn't matter what the weather's doing. And I don't have to plan on how am I going to shower today. So those are things, again, like I said, keeping things normal, taking care of what you need to take care of. I think that's really going to be important when the time comes. And I want you guys to think about that. What are your wants and needs? What do you want to have? What do you need to have? And so, like I said, again, I hope this helps. I hope this makes you think, because that's what it's designed for, is to make you think and look at your situation and say, what do I want to make sure I have? So, and then you make it happen, guys. All right? I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.